Hey, 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 welcome. We're here and live Tuesday at 1 o'clock. Welcome, guys. I'm so happy to be here. We're here, we're live. So as you come in, let me know that you're joining. I'm just gonna let the group know. It's really gonna be exciting. I'm so excited. It's day one of the masterclass. Woo! Just excited. Welcome, guys. Yay. Okay. Hey, Grace. Hey, Tim. Guys, it's so exciting to see all these familiar faces. Welcome. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Say hi if you want. Tell us where you're joining from. Say whatever you want. Hey, Marlene. Welcome back. So good to see you again. So many fun, familiar faces. I love getting to know you guys through the lives. You know, it's like, it's a little uneven because because you can see me and I can't see you, and I wish I could see you. But that's one of the good things about actually the course, not the masterclass, because the masterclass is in Facebook, but the course I do is in Zoom. So we get to see, everyone gets to see each other if you want to be seen. But it's still really fun to have you guys texting and commenting. So Grace says, hello from beautiful sunny spring day in New York's Hudson Valley. Ooh, I like it. I love the Hudson Valley, Grace. I hope to visit again, maybe even this summer. My dream is like to be in Miami and most of the time, and like the Hudson Valley for 2 to 3 months out of the year in the summer, because it's so pretty there. So I'll let you know when I'm coming up to the ashram, hopefully this summer. Marlene, where are you joining from? Tim, anyone else, as you join in, let us know. Let me know and the group know where you're joining from. We're starting the masterclass today. It's day one. We did a lot of pre-work. I'm going to recap a little bit of yesterday's session for those of you who weren't there. That was the pre-work for this day one masterclass. So I'm super excited to have you here. Marlene's in Southern California, always sunny, right? My miracle making friend. Hey, Tim, I'm glad you're here. You're also my miracle making friend. And yes, I know you're in Philly. Good. We've got a good group of people from all over the US. This is so exciting. Why don't we just start with like a quick little meditation to ground ourselves. Hey, welcome, Amber. So happy to have you here. Congrats on your wedding. I love my Facebook friends. Amber just got married. So we are just about to jump into like a really short, quick meditation to bring us all into the space and give people a few more moments to join as well, and anchor in the work that we're going to do here today in the masterclass. So would love to meditate with all of you. So let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Hey, Amber. Hi. Amber, do you live in Florida? Everyone, we have Tim from Philly, Grace from the Hudson, New York, Hudson's Valley. Marlene is in Southern California. I'm in Miami. I think you're also in Florida. Is that right, Amber? Let us know. And in the meantime, everyone can get comfortable sitting in a chair like me, or if you're sitting cross-legged or wherever you are. My feet are always on the ground when I meditate, and I'm even going to take off my shoes so that I can feel my feet on the ground. So even if you're at work, don't be shy. Take off your shoes. Put your feet on the ground. It's a nice feeling. Amber, oh, you're in Port St. Lucie. Oh my gosh, my uncle's mother lives there. I have to come visit sometime. So many places to visit. Okay, so everyone, sit up nice and tall. Feel your feet against the floor. Close your eyes. Let's just take a deep breath. Whew. Me too. You can practice breathing in your nose and out your mouth. A few deep breaths. A few deep breaths in the nose and out the mouth. Gentle. And I'm going to call upon the powers that are within each and every one of us, our inner guidance and our outer guides, and the angels of this masterclass to help us here today, to help each one of us to hear what it is we need to hear, to help us to know what it is we need to know, and to help us to feel in our bodies, with our hearts and with our bodies, what it is we're meant to do next as a result of the learnings that we get in this class. And may we all support one another in this miracle making process and this journey for the next 5 days. So we know that the collective energy of all of us being here today together, and whoever shows up in the next 5 days, we're all here to support one another in transformation, higher spiritual evolution and inner transformation, work that isn't always easy, but that which is fundamentally powerful and rewarding and necessary for us to grow and to find happiness and joy and contentment. And that's what miracles really are: opportunities for more joy. So go ahead and keep breathing and let whatever resonated from what I said just sink in. And go ahead and set your own intention for this miracle making masterclass. You are here for a reason. There are no accidents. We all show up to exactly where we need to be in exactly the right way and exactly the right time. So however it is that you found me or you found this masterclass, know that it is divinely inspired and divinely organized, and that your purpose for being here is intentional and powerful. So set your intention, whatever it is that you want to create. Whatever miracle you're asking for, don't be shy. Silently say it to yourself now, or you can even say it out loud if you want. Take a few more deep breaths. And let your body feel what it feels like when that miracle comes to you. Whatever your reason is for being here today, feel it happening, already manifesting from your thought into word and into this physical plane. What you've asked for is already here. So feel that in your body and say thank you, thank you, thank you for the miracles and for this specific miracle that you are asking for. A few more deep breaths. And slowly we can open our eyes and come back into this space. And if you joined while we were meditating, I want to say welcome. You can go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're joining from, what brings you here today. Whatever you feel like sharing, share away. We have such a great group on today. I'm so excited. Okay, so today, day 1 of the masterclass. I am starting the free 5-day miracle masterclass with a very kind of simple, it seems a seemingly simple topic, right? How to know what you want and be intentional about getting it. So when we start a miracle making process, first I want to go back. Why miracles? Why do we need to make miracles? What are we here to do? Why do I call this the miracle making masterclass? A miracle, I love this definition. A miracle is an event or a happening or an occurrence that is seemingly impossible if we were to do it alone. It's something that has to be kind of divinely inspired, divinely created. It's something that we couldn't do alone. And it's something that also brings very welcome consequences. So something that we know we want or we don't know we want, something that's unexpected, that maybe feels impossible, maybe seems like we can't do it, we can't get it, it's something we've struggled with for a long time, whether internal or external, and we need help in creating it. And so some people have said to me, how can you teach people to make miracles? This happened to me over the weekend. I was talking about the miracle making masterclass with someone who has a miracle that they really want in their life. And I said, join my miracle making masterclass. And they said, they kind of laughed at it at first. It made them a little uncomfortable, to be honest. I could tell they were a little uncomfortable with the idea of making miracles. And they said, isn't that something that God has to do? Isn't that something the universe has to do? Like, how could I be a miracle maker? Have you guys ever felt that, or have you ever thought that when someone talks to you about making miracles? Have you ever had that feeling of like, that's not something I could do. That's not something for me. That's God's work. You know, I'm just here doing my thing, doing the best I can. I'm not a miracle maker. I'm not that powerful. So that's what this person said to me. And I said to them, you're right. Oh, hey guys. Hey, everyone who's joining. Hey, Eleanor. Hey, Munira, how do I pronounce it? Munira, Tanya, welcome guys. Hey, thanks for introducing yourself. Say more as I'm talking. So I said, you're right. Miracles are divinely co-created. They're divinely created, but they're also co-created. So we are powerful co-creators in our universe. And that is something that I can't really stress more in my Miracle Masterclass and for all of you, because if we have the idea that miracles are for someone or something else to make, and that we can't play a role in the process, then we'll never ever be able to make miracles. We have to believe that what we think and what we do and what we say and what we believe makes a difference in this process, because it absolutely does. If we believe that we can be co-creators in our reality, then we can be co-creators in our reality. If we believe that it's not up to us and that the universe is just kind of randomly doing things, then, okay, then I'm going to talk about that tomorrow with when it feels like life is happening to you instead of with you. So I'm going to go more deeply into that kind of mentality tomorrow and how it holds us back. But the point of for today is really for you to just start to feel and know in your body. And this is something that has become more and more important to me as I've been practicing this miracle making process I've been practicing it for me for a few years, but I've been teaching it to others for about a year. And I've been teaching it on a broader scale just since December. This is like the 6-month-ish, coming up on the 6-month anniversary of this miracle making masterclass, right? So something that has really sunk in as I've done the work is that it's not enough to say we believe, and it's not even enough to think we believe. We have to feel in our hearts and in our bodies that we believe. And we have to feel it with all of our being. Like, it's something that comes in meditation. It's something that can come in physical practice. And I'm going to do meditation further on in the masterclass. I think day 4 of the masterclass is a meditation. So it's something we really have to feel. And I want to teach you guys and help you guys to get to a place where we clear whatever is holding us back. And we go into a place where we can really, really feel what it feels like to believe in miracles and to know that they're coming. Does that make sense, guys? I want to pause. So, oh, Grace, I love that. Grace just hashtagged, we have to feel it. Totally, that's so cute. Grace is a wordsmith, guys. I know her because she and I have known each other a long time. So I want to just pause around that because it's super important. I can't really emphasize it more. It's like I did this for years all in my head, my own journey, and I have a lot of clients who are very much in their head. I also have some clients who are more in their heart and more in their body, and it's interesting and it's really fun to get to work with people who come at it from different perspectives. And it's not that we're bad if we're in our heads. I'm a head person. I'm a lot of fire and a lot of up here. People who are in their heart more might understand more what I'm talking about when I say we have to feel it. But when I say how to know what you want, that's the first part of today's masterclass, how to know what you want. We cannot create miracles if we don't know the miracles we want to create. And that doesn't mean we have to be super specific. We can be broad in knowing what we want. I don't want anyone to get overwhelmed about the idea of knowing what they want, but I do want to help you know what you want. And one of the ways we're going to do that is through working with our hearts and our body. So Eleanor says, makes sense. Damayanti joined from South Africa. Hi, Damayanti. Hi, welcome. Who else is here? Dita joined. I love Dita. Dita just came with me to Mexico. We had an amazing time together. Who else is here? Just keep introducing yourselves, guys. Grace just gave us the cute hashtag. We have to feel it. I love it. I love it, Grace. Okay. So I just want to pause. Do you guys get that? We have to feel it. We have to know that it's possible. We have to believe more that's not just in our head. So I want to ask you guys now, when I say how to know what you want and be intentional about getting it, Do you feel like you know what you want? Everyone is here in this masterclass for a reason, right? All of us want more miracles. Even if I'm someone who has like everything I thought I want in life, there's always another miracle we could use. There's always another level, right? It's not even like necessarily a miracle that's external. There are internal miracles. There are inner transformations that we're hoping for. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's to overcome some of our fears. Maybe when we're in relationships, we have certain triggers that keep coming up for us: jealousy, anger, defensiveness. Maybe in our work environment, we find ourselves repeatedly stuck. Maybe we always are just short of that promotion, or maybe we're always just a little short of being recognized as the leader that we hope to be seen as. So share with me now, and be courageous, guys, and be bold, and don't be afraid. We are all community here. Put it in the comments. What is the miracle that you are here to make? And don't be afraid and don't be shy, because this is an important part of the process. Why is it so important? I'm going to ask you in the homework, you're going to do more work around your desires and your goals, but I listened to this really nice, really short teaching today, and what it said is that there is so much power in words, and we know that to be true, right? It's not just like, if it's just a thought, we may not even fully comprehend it. Like, we might not understand it if it's just in our head. You may not even know what you want. That's why I have you do the journaling work. That's why I created worksheets, because so often in our head, things are kind of ephemeral or vague, or they're not really solid. When we write it down, we get really solid and intentional. And again, you can be intentional and broad at the same time. I'm not asking you to be overly specific. When we write it down, and then all the more so when we say it aloud, start saying it, start reading it to yourself, start practicing saying out loud what it feels like. Maybe it's a little scary. Like, for example, I have a goal of enrolling 15 people in my Creating a Life of Miracles course, which will open for enrollment after the masterclass, or actually halfway through the masterclass. So when I first started practicing saying that aloud, I can tell you it scared me a little. There was a part of me that didn't believe it. There was a part of me that was doubtful. There was a part of me that was like, no, that's not possible. How are you going to enroll 15 people? How are you going to do that? People aren't going to come. I had a lot of fear and doubt come up, and I worked through it, and I'm going to teach you how to work through it. But what was important is that I kept writing it, and I kept actually saying it, getting comfortable saying it out loud. So go ahead and just put it in the comments, guys. What brings you here? What is your intention? It can be big, it can be little, it can be simple, it can be complicated. There's no right or wrong. Just share with me some of your intentions here, because then I can help you in the masterclass to work through in a more specific way around those intentions. And I do think that maybe people are a little afraid. I just shared my intention with you in a way that's like, that's true. That is my intention. That is my miracle. And I also shared with you that when I first started saying it aloud, I did get scared and I didn't really believe it. And I'm encouraging you to start writing it, and not just writing it, but saying it aloud, because of the power of the word. And also as a way to start receiving feedback from your body. If you say it and your body gets nervous, that's a sign you don't really believe it yet, right? So how to know what you want and be intentional about getting it. Let's start there. What is it that you guys want? I'm going to take a sip of water while you guys get up the courage to share one of your intentions. Big or small, whatever it is. What are the miracles? Clarity. Maybe there's an area in your life where you need clarity. Sometimes people say they want more money. Sometimes people want more courage. Okay. Cool. Grace, thank you for putting it in. Okay, so Grace wants a miracle of 100% clarity on the next steps for selling the Oasis pages, which is a beautiful diary for young adults that Grace created and is in print. And she wants ease and freedom in setting up a successful business approach. Grace, I love it. That is a gorgeous miracle. And absolutely, we're going to make that happen. And when you say that, how does it feel? Oh, and the courage to show up 100%. I love that. That's a big piece of it, Grace, the courage to show up 100%. So the courage to get behind what it is we're selling, right? The courage to get behind ourselves and what we desire, the courage to really believe in what it is we want. So how to know what we want. So Grace really knows what she wants. Now the question is how to get it, how to be intentional about getting it, how to co-create and be open to the miracles. So Grace's intention is clarity and courage. That's beautiful, Grace. Okay, that's super powerful. I love it. That's perfect. Perfect for the Miracle Masterclass. Perfect miracles. Okay. Eleanor has a big money miracle. She wants to earn $20,000 next month through coaching, mindset, and strategy. Eleanor is a coach, and she has some great clients who she helps with coaching and mindset work. And so she's setting a financial goal for what she wants. So Eleanor, behind that, what do you think, what are the blocks? Like what would come up for you that would make it not possible, or that you need to be intentional about? So Grace said she wants clarity and courage. What is it that you think you need in order to hit that $20,000 target you have? Because you have the skills, so what is it, what else is needed? Oh my gosh, so many comments, guys. The courage to really believe. I love that. I love that, Grace. The courage to really believe in ourselves, to really get behind, like Grace said, 100% get behind, 100% show up, 100% show up for us and for what we believe. That's what creating miracles is. My miracle and pursuing, Marlene said, my miracle, pursuing a new direction in my business, corporate guitar workshops, is bookings by companies who offer wellness and fun. Awesome. We have lots of people who are starting new businesses on this, or who are looking to veer out. And I love that Marlene and Grace, you both have business goals. Eleanor also has a business goal. Eleanor says she needs to believe it's possible. Timothy says full strength in my shoulder. Okay, so that's a physical goal, a physical miracle that you need, Timothy, and we know that those are possible. We know that through our minds we can heal ourselves. So let's see what it is, what you think is blocking you from that, maybe in your concepts, in your mind, not physically, because physically there might be some work to be done, but in your heart, when you say that, when you say full strength in my shoulder, does anything come up for you, Timothy? Is there any fear? Is there anything in that statement? So guys, what I want you to do as part of this, part of the first part is, I want you, as part of the journaling assignment, you're gonna write down everything you want in your life right now. And you don't have to do that right this minute. We're gonna keep working with what's happened. But with what you're saying in the comments, I love this, that we can do this live. But part of the homework is you're gonna write all the miracles you desire. And then you're gonna choose one, like you all did just now, which is the miracle you want for the masterclass. And I cannot, unfortunately, guarantee that in the 5 days you will have the miracle. But if the miracle is something like clarity, it's possible that yes, at the end of the 5 days, you will have done enough work to have the miracle. It's also possible there might be more blockages that have to be cleared, but you'll be well on your way to making that miracle happen. For sure, that's no question. So there will be shifts that make the miracle more possible. Now, of course, miracles are on the universe's timing, not in our timing. So one really good question that came up yesterday about knowing what you want and what to do when it seems like it's not coming, and I want to talk about that here, is when we say we know what we want, but it's not coming yet. Someone asked, is it time to give up? So here I want us to make a commitment that we're not giving up, that we're going to stay in the place of belief and faith for at least the next 5 days. So for the next 5 days, every time we have any kind of doubt around the miracle of clarity, the miracle of courage, the miracle of bookings by companies who want wellness, who want guitar workshops, the miracle of $20,000 through coaching and mindset and strategy work, the miracle of full strength in a part of our body, for Tim it's his shoulder, for other of us in other areas. Anytime you start to feel any doubt or any fear around your miracle, I want you to go back into your body, take a moment to pause, and then shift to the intention that you sent here of 100% believing that this is possible. So we're all right now going to set this intention that we 100% believe that what we're desiring is possible, and that in some ways it's already been given to us. We might not see it yet. We might not know that it's coming, but it is coming. Think back to something you've desired in your life. and how badly you wanted it, and you wanted it and you worked at it and it didn't seem like it was coming. And then maybe one day it just came, just really simply. Like maybe you were working really hard to get a new job and for months and months and nothing came. And then all of a sudden one day the job came, right? Or you really wanted a relationship and you were going on dates and you were trying so hard and whatever, all these things to try to find that person. And then one day they just showed up in your life. Or you were feeling sick and low energy or tired or in pain for days and days and days. And then all of a sudden, one day you wake up and it's gone, right? We've all had these experiences of what happens when the miracle is delivered. So think back. If you had known the whole time that you worried, that you struggled, that you wondered, that you questioned, that you doubted, if you had known that the miracle was coming, what would have been different? What would have been different for you? How would you have showed up differently? And you guys think about that and share it now. Tell me in the comments, if you knew that this miracle that you just asked for was already being delivered in some way, in some plane, in some version of reality that we can't see yet, but that it's coming, what would be different in how you operate and act today? And put that in the comments. Let's do this in real time because we're here and we can. Okay, so Eleanor gave something specific she wants to do for her miracle. She wants to put more content out there and give people results ahead of time. Yes, practical, like it. Okay. Tim says, I am breeding belief that the energy will flow and heal the shoulder. What comes up? I feel like there's work I need to do to make it happen. Okay, I like that, Timothy. Let's talk about the work. Yes, okay, Grace says, I remember when it felt like magic. I want Think It and Voyola. Something got difficult in the past 3 years. It's hard. Okay, Grace, let's talk about that. Sarah, Eleanor's with Sarah. Eleanor and Sarah are friends from their teacher training, and I know Sarah too. She's on the live, and Sarah says that's exactly what happened to her with her job and relationship. So for all these days, right? So we all remember what it felt like. Grace is saying, I remember when it felt like magic. That's what this is. Miracles are magic. It's all the same, right? It's the language. Miracles, magic. I wanted and I thought it, and voila, something happened. And that's kind of what happened to Sarah. I know Sarah has a new boyfriend, and I know Sarah has a new job. So all of these have materialized, right? So if we knew that this was coming, what would be different in ourselves and in our body? So Grace says, I would not feel as constricted. I might take a walk outside. Grace, I love that. I might take a walk. What if you started today taking walks, and on your walks you used it as a meditation to just be in gratitude for the clarity and for the courage that you've asked for, that 100% courage to show up behind your brand and behind your product? What if in your walk, which you might do if you knew that this was coming, we might leave our computers, right? Like if I knew I was going to guaranteed have 15 people signed up for my Creating a Life of Miracles course, which is what I want because I want to help transform the lives of 15 people, what would I feel like? Well, I would be a little less anxious. I would feel less constricted, just like Grace said. I might even take a walk outside, which I've been doing more and more lately because I'm practicing this feeling of knowing that it's already coming. So Marlene said, I would be more patient with the process of getting my foot in the door. Okay, I love that, Marlene. So patience, less constriction, more patience. Grace says, that sounds like a good idea. Yes, leave my computer. Yeah, that is a good idea. I love that, Grace. Leave the computer. I would not be a slave to my devices. I would not be so worried about being on social media 24/7. I would put my content out there, and then I would trust and know that the right people are showing up who need to hear what I have to say and who need to learn the miracle process, because that's what I'm here to do, right? So, and that's what you're here to do. You have this miracle that you're actually here on purpose. You're here to create that miracle, to co-create it. When we feel constriction, when we feel impatience is kind of like a subtle, it's a frustration, right? It's like it's not coming fast enough, or I'm not doing enough, or the universe isn't doing enough. All of those feelings of constriction, impatience, like we need to do more. All of that produces an effect in our bodies that's not so fun. It starts to feel tense. We start to feel worried. We don't leave our computers. We don't take walks. We don't go see the sunshine. I actually made myself leave the house this morning to go get my mail so that I would be outside for a moment. so that I could reconnect with nature just for a moment before I did this. So if you felt that way, what would it feel like in your body? Take a moment now. If you knew that these miracles were coming, can you feel in your body what that feels like? Let's do it in silence. Let's breathe and let's do this together. So everyone, for a moment, I want you to see your miracle coming to you. Your bank account hits that number that you've asked for. Your client roster is full. You wake up and there's no pain in your body. There's no weakness. You have complete clarity and courage to go out there every day and get behind your product 100%, to sell what you believe in from the heart, without fear, without doubt, without any constriction. Feel that feeling now in your body. That miracle is here. I can see the 15th person signing up for my course. What action, what would symbolize to you what it's like when this actually happens? What is the thing you want to see, to feel, to hear, to feel in your body? Feel that now. Feel it in your body. Maybe there's a part of your body that's getting tingly. Maybe you're smiling, you're excited. You have a big grin on your face. Maybe there's a feeling of ease. Maybe there's some awe. Maybe you can't believe this happened to you. And with that awe, there's also gratitude. It's here, it came, it happened. Say thank you. Thank you for this miracle. Thank you for this gift. Thank you for these clients. Thank you for this money. Thank you for this strength. Thank you for this courage. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the universe for all of its magic and all of its miracles. It happened. Can you feel it in your body? Where do you feel it? Is it in your heart, in your feet, your shoulders? I get tingly near my heart and around my shoulders when I'm doing this exercise, and I feel it. You might feel it at the top of your head or your toes, your feet. Check in with yourself. Breathe and feel this feeling. Let it fill your whole body. Breathe and feel the feeling. Don't stop. You can hold it a little longer. It's coming. It's here. It happened. You did it. Good. Okay. And now let's come back into the space together. So we set our intention, and now we just did the exercise of feeling what that feels like. Tell me, guys, what did that feel like? Uh-oh, am I back, guys? I don't know why it dropped for a minute. Are you all still here? It told me there was a poor signal. So we did the meditation. You may have had to come back in. I hope not. I hope you're all still here. Okay, so tell me if you're still here, because there was a pause in the broadcast. Anyway, I would love if you can tell me what happened for you in that meditation. Did you feel it? Did you feel it in your body? Did you feel it? What happened? And did you feel maybe freedom or tingling or that lack of constriction? Did you have a sense of patience, of joy, of gratitude? What did it feel like in that process? That meditation, that practice of going back to the feeling, that's part of being intentional. That's every time we notice ourselves slipping back into fear, into doubt, into any questions we have around our desires, we can intentionally shift back into joy, back into faith, back into gratitude. And we do that practice all the time. I'm getting a little ahead. That's part of what I'm going to teach. Okay, great. So Marlene, you guys are still here. Marlene said, big smile across my face. My scalp tingled. Cool, Marlene. I love that. A lot of people say they have tingling in their scalp. I get it like here in my chest and near my shoulders, but I hear a lot of people say they feel it up here. This is the crown chakra, the Sahasrara chakra. So up here, that's really cool. That's our seat of like the divine light comes in that way. I love it, Marlene. Timothy said, still here, beautiful meditation, and I already feel less pain. Wow, Timothy, that's really powerful. You already feel less pain. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to hear that. I think meditation really does help with getting rid of pain. But if that's helping, then I want to encourage you to go back to that as many times a day as you need to, even while you're at work, even between meetings, bathroom breaks. Take just 3 minutes to set a timer on your phone, a 3-minute timer, and go back to that feeling and feel it for 3 minutes. We all have busy days, but do we have 3 minutes to go back to faith anytime we start to feel doubt or fear? Grace said it feels smooth. I like that. Natural. I love that. Smooth and natural. Great. What else? Anyone? Eleanor or Sarah, did you guys have any experience with the meditation of what it feels like when it's already here? Damayanti, you're here, right? Did you have any experience? I know Manon and Damayanti are here, our friends from Europe. Deeta's probably driving, so she can't text. Amber, did you have any experience with your meditation that you want to share with us? I'd love to hear, because it helps all of us to hear other people's experiences. I remember following some coaches who said they used to get tingly when they did the meditation, and I was always like, I don't get tingly. Like, what's happening? Nothing's happening for me. But I kept practicing. I kept doing the deal. And eventually I did start to feel a little tingling. Not that tingling is right or wrong, but it wasn't tingling for me so much as just like excitement bubbling up in my body. My heart felt like it was expanding. The butterflies in my stomach started to subside, less fear, less doubt. So I encourage you guys to go back to that feeling as much as you can whenever the impatience crops up. Whenever you start to feel like a slave to your computer, whenever your eyes start to turn red from looking at the screen for too long, when it feels like the money is not coming or the pain is too great, go back to that feeling. Do the meditation. You can listen to this video again. I can try to cut the meditation or record another one. I'm going to do another live meditation on Friday. Go to that feeling. Go back into the intention of what is the miracle and believing that it's possible. Eleanor is kind of like me. She feels a big opening in her chest. Good. Okay. So we're all in this place. Now, another piece of the work is, now that we know what it feels like, to know what it's coming, we can go to the place of our doubts and our fears and be honest about what it is that's holding us back. And I'm going to do more lives in the week of what keeps us stuck. So I'm going to go more in depth into that. I don't want to do too much today, but I do want to kind of presence or bring up what it is that keeps us stuck so we can start to do a little work around that. So what is it that keeps you stuck? What do you think? When you think of your ideal miracle, what is it that comes up for you that's like why you're not able to do it, or why you're not doing it right now? What's in the way? Go ahead and share in the comments. Think about what's in the way. And this is part of the work of just being honest with ourselves so we can clear these blockages. And I'm going to give you a process this week to clear the blockages. Part one is we know what we want and we're intentional about getting it. The intention is the feeling it in our body. We go back to the meditation. We go back to faith. We also have to recognize sometimes there is a little block. There is a little objection. The word is objection. So what are some of your objections to it? Oh, Dita just wrote, Dita, I hope you're not driving. It's tingling and a wave of bliss courses through my body and I feel super excited. Dita, I believe it. I know Dita. Dita and I have worked together and we were just together in Mexico. And Dita's the kind of person who has tons of excitement and you just feel it coming out of her body. So I believe it, Dita. Does anyone want to share any of the objections they have to this being possible? When I say go back to this all the time, does anyone have anything that they think might be getting in the way of them being able to go back to this intention of excitement, this intention of joy, this intention of gratitude? What comes up, guys? Anything? Okay, so Eleanor has an objection. She says, who do you think you are wanting to earn that much money per month? That's a good one, Eleanor. Yeah. So there is that voice that's kind of undermining the belief, undermining the faith, undermining what you want. It's telling you you shouldn't want that. Is that right? Who do you think you are to want to earn that? Where do you think that comes from, Eleanor? What's behind that? That's a good objection. A lot of people have that. We could take that and apply it to other situations, right? Who do you think you are wanting to have a full list of clients? Who do you think you are wanting to sell your product? Who do you think you are to want to have that kind of clarity or that kind of courage or that kind of strength, that kind of faith? Like, who are you to desire that? So maybe we might start to think of ourselves. Underneath that might be an idea of self, that you're being selfish. Underneath that is something that's trying to undermine us. So does anyone identify that? Who do you think you are wanting that, whatever it is? I know I struggled with that. Like a lot in my business, when I set goals, there was a voice inside of me that said, what makes you think you can do that? Who are you to do that? My own mind. So Dita says my own mind and its limiting beliefs. Oh, and Regina just joined. Yay, welcome, Regina. Dita, be more specific. What are your limiting beliefs around the miracle? It's good if we can get specific around some of our objections. This is some of the work that we did yesterday. So, but a lot of you are new to the live. You weren't in the pre-work yesterday. So we did a little bit of work around objections, and I want you guys to also do that homework assignment. If you can, do the pre-work and do today's journaling assignment. Homework, it's journaling, it's fun, it's for your own good, you do what you can, but it is the homework, the writing is really, really important, and the writing around the limiting beliefs and the objections is important. So Regina was there yesterday, we worked on some of her limiting beliefs. Dita, can you be more specific around what comes up as an objection to the miracle? What are the limiting beliefs? What tells you it's not possible? Like Eleanor said, who do you think you are wanting to earn that much a month? Eleanor said, I was taught that it's really impossible to earn high amounts of money in something you love doing. I feel like what I do comes so naturally and doesn't feel like work. And what comes up is, will people really pay me to talk to them? Okay, nice. So it sounds like there's a lot of beliefs in there, like Dita said, that are limiting. We're going to get into the process of clearing those limiting beliefs more in the week. But in yesterday's homework assignment, what I said to do around that is to ask yourself, to write out these objections and then look at the objection and see if it's real. Is that founded in reality? Can you find evidence of the contrary? Is it true that it's impossible to earn high amounts of money in something you love doing? Is that true? Can you find examples of the contrary? Can you think of people who seem to be earning high amounts of money in something they love doing? Or if your voice says, who are you to want that kind of clarity or courage? Or what makes you think that this will be easy, that selling can be easy? Can you find examples of it being easy? What we want to do is start to find evidence that's contrary to our beliefs so that we can change the belief or modify the belief, because a lot of times we get stuck in grooves, stuck in beliefs that aren't true. Maybe in relationships, we have a belief that the other person isn't trustworthy, or in relationships, we might have a belief that the other person will eventually leave. You want to start to look for examples. Is that true? Are there examples of relationships where people don't? Are there examples of people staying? Whatever it is. So for Dita's objection, it's, are you crazy? Nobody will pay so much money. Right, Dita? Okay, that's good. I'm glad you got specific. So Now, can you look for examples where people do pay so much money? This is part of yesterday's homework. Can you try to find examples of the contrary? Can you try to transform and find examples of where your belief is not true? Can you find examples where people pay that money? Reprogram yourself. Believe it's possible. Until you believe it's possible, Dita says. Yes, we are reprogramming. What we're doing is we're looking for evidence of what's possible instead of being focused on what's not. Instead of getting stuck in the constriction, in the fear, in the doubt, all of these things. What is possible? And that's what we want to see. We want to see the possibilities. We want to see the miracles. Marlene says, I believe it's possible. It's more about convincing corporations to think out of the box and bring guitar into the workplace. Okay, Marlene, I hear that. You believe it's possible. I would ask you to think about how you say it about convincing, because I would challenge the idea that you have to convince everyone, because it's possible there are corporations who definitely want to bring music into the workplace. It's possible, right? I mean, anything is possible. So maybe you can find some examples of places where this has worked, or even if it hasn't worked, even if you don't have examples because it's a new idea, like I just got these earpods, the Apple earpods. They're so cool, guys. I did not buy these for myself for a long time because I was like, who am I to spend so much money on headphones? And then I bought them as a gift from my boyfriend for his birthday. And I was like, I'm also going to buy these for myself. But I had that doubt of like, who am I to believe this? So, but what I wanted to say, the reason I bring that up is like when Steve Jobs was creating the iPod way back when with the songs and the music, it was like totally out of nowhere, right? It wasn't something that existed at all. There weren't examples of that being possible. I mean, there was the Walkman, but there were no MP3s. There was no such thing as a smartphone. So there weren't examples in reality, but there was inner knowledge. There was inner vision. There was this knowing that it was possible. So I want you to cultivate this idea that it doesn't have to be about convincing anyone. Like Steve Jobs didn't convince us to use iPods. We just saw how amazing iPods were, and then eventually the iPhone was and the iPad was, and we were like, yes, I want that. So Marlene, is it possible that they're just going to see you and be like, I want that? Think about that a little bit and what comes up for you. So Dita says, of course there are. You, Nicole, and I myself paid you, so why shouldn't someone else pay me if I do my honest best just like you did, Nicole? Dita, I love it. So Dita's a client of mine. We work together. I'm helping her start her business. If you paid me because you've done amazing work as a result, why would someone not pay you, right? There's tons of examples, but we get stuck in our beliefs that it's not coming or it's not possible, whatever the objection is. So as part of the homework, it would be great if you guys did the worksheet that's in the that I put in the group. And what this worksheet says, it's really simple. It won't take you long. I really want you to just get in the energy of knowing what you want and being intentional about getting it and identifying some of the blockages. So I'm just going to walk you through the worksheet really quickly as we wrap up. And also feel free to ask questions and stop me if anything is coming up for you. I want to take your questions. So tell me what's coming up. We'll work through these objections together. Okay, so the first question in the worksheet is list what it is you want in your life right now in the next 6 to 12 months. Put down everything. Don't be afraid or hold back. No request is too big, too much, or too lofty. So this is just the work of knowing what you want. What is it that you want? Oh, hey, Julie, I was just thinking about you. Julie just joined. Julie, it's so good to see you again. So happy you're here. So write down what you want, guys. This is the exercise of what do we know we want. And if you don't know the specifics, be broad. There was a time in my life that I wouldn't have been able to say I want to live in Florida. I had no idea I wanted to live in Florida. Actually, I didn't like Florida at all in my mind. I had a very limiting negative belief about Florida. But what I did know was that I wanted to live near the water and somewhere warm. So maybe so in your example, in your worksheet, you could write, I want to live near the water. I want to live warm. I want to live in nature. Start broad. Marlene will be back later. Okay, Marlene, we'll miss you. Thank you so much for joining. So start broad, right? What is it you want? The next 6 to 12 months, short term, what do you want in your life? Courage, confidence, clarity, strength. money, all the things we talked about here today. Write those all down. And then you're just going to choose one, circle one for the Miracle Masterclass. That's the one we're going to be intentional about. That's the one you're going to keep coming back to around that meditation of faith that we did. The next thing you're going to do is list where you'd like to be 3 to 5 years from now. And I gave you some example questions. Where do you live? How much money do you make? Are you alone? Do you have a partner? What is your work? What does your spiritual practice look like? What does it feel like to be you living that future life? So this is around what do you want 3 to 5 years from now? That's what's in the assignment. Don't get hung up on making this too big or too long. Write until you feel like you've written all you have. But 3 to 5 years, have a vision. I couldn't do that. I'll be honest. I wasn't able to do this for a long time. I was really, really afraid to say what I wanted. I couldn't even write it down because I wanted the universe to deliver it to me. I was too scared to say what I wanted because I was afraid of failure. I was afraid of judgment. I was afraid that if I said what I wanted and then I didn't make it happen, people would judge me for it. I was afraid of what other people would think. You know, my family kind of made fun of me for moving to Florida. They don't have very positive views of Florida, whatever, that's their problem. I love it here. And I love my family, but I was afraid of that judgment. So write down, what do you want 3 to 6 years from now? And you could share it here now. Does anyone have an idea? 3 to 5 years, what does your life look like? Where is your business? Where is Oasis Pages, Grace? What's happening with these companies? Eleanor, you want to make $20,000 in May? Well, in 3 to 5 years, you probably want to be making $200,000 a month, right? So what is it that we want 3 to 5 years? And let's be big and let's be bold and let's be unapologetic and let's be unafraid to say what we really want. That's what we can do here together. We have the power of the group. What do we really want? And how are we going to be intentional about getting it? Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do when you do that writing, and the worksheet has a little space for you to write, but it's kind of just like, it's not real space. You probably want to get a journal to do this writing. And I really encourage you to do the writing every day. Keep up with this. Make a commitment to yourself that you're doing this masterclass. It's free. It's free in terms of it doesn't cost anything to watch, but if you put effort into it in terms of your time and you make a commitment to be here as much as you can, or to watch the master classes after they air if you can't be here live, and to do the journaling, you will see better results. It's like in being intentional about getting what you want, make this masterclass a piece of that, because people who have gone through this process do have results. If you joined us in December, you know that people were making money as the masterclass was happening. New clients were coming. People were shifting beliefs they had around money. Fears were being dissolved. It was very powerful. Okay, Grace, I love it. You put it in there. Grace says $100,000 minimum per year in royalties with a publisher. That means no work on Grace's part. And I am living 6 months a year in a warm place. Mexico, yes. Or Australia. Okay, Grace, I love that. Good for you for going big and being bold and saying what you really want. I love it. So you spend your time as a creative and an artist writing books and essays and teaching, maybe writing, maybe yoga. I totally see that happening for you, Grace. I love that vision. It's really beautiful. I would love to see you also live. I know you've had the intention of living somewhere warm for a while, Mexico or maybe Australia. I love that too. There's lots of yoga in Australia. So who knows where it's going to take you, but thank you for sharing that. I really love it. Wow. Anyone else want to put down their big intention for the next 3 to 5 years? Don't be shy. This is where we get up the courage to be really intentional about what we want and be broad. It's okay. If you don't know that you want to live somewhere like Mexico, you can say, you don't have to name a place. Like I said, I never would have been able to name Florida. Say what you can, start broad. A lot of times in the knowing what we want, we think we have to be really specific. We don't. Start with what you know. You know more than you think you do. And you can test it in your body. You can make a statement and you can see how your body feels. And if it doesn't feel good, you can change. You can revise the statement. You might say, I want to be making $100,000 a year, and then your body's like, only $100,000? Why not 200,000? And then you can revise it. I mean, or you might say, I want to be making $1 million a year, and your body might be like, oh, that feels like too much. Like that's a little scary. And you could say, okay, I want to be making 100,000. It's okay. It's your desired dream life. It has to feel good to you and your body. Otherwise, it's not true. Yay, Regina's here. She has something. I'm excited to pull off the blocks holding me back, whatever they are. At the moment, I don't know 100% what that is. I was living way more intentionally 2 years ago and want to get back to that. Okay, Regina, well, we've talked a lot about this. Regina and I have worked together before. So Regina, I would like, when you do this exercise, if you're open to it, to just be open to what you want in a broad sense. You know, can you broadly say in three years what a general what it looks like? We don't have to know our profession necessarily. We don't have to know the income level. We can just say, I want to feel loving. I want to feel inspired. Like Grace said, I spend my time as a creative. You know, what is it that we can do to keep it broad, Regina, and forward looking? Because I know that there was a time when you lived more intentionally, but what would it be like if we brought that back to today and brought it into the future? You know, so let's all think broadly about what we want and just write it down, or specifically. It's up to you. It's your miracle. It's your intention, you know? So Regina, what does that feel like when I say that to you? Just be broad about it. And I know that you don't have 100% clarity around it, but that's okay. We don't need to be intentional. I think this was one of the biggest lessons that I learned and that I teach my clients. To be intentional about our lives, we don't have to know 100% what it's going to look like. We are co-creators for a reason. If you notice, I never say, a lot of the law of attraction manifestation stuff will say that you are a creator of your own reality. If you notice my language, I am intentional about never saying that you are the creator of your reality. I teach partnership. We are co-creators of reality because we want to leave room for the universe to bring us gifts and miracles and magic that we could not have imagined. We set an intention. We can set the intention for love. We could set the intention for money. We can set the intention for strength. We can set the intention for clarity. We can set the intention to live somewhere warm. And then we kind of have to wait as the universe puts it together a little bit like a jigsaw puzzle. So one piece falls into place. Oh, so-and-so is in Florida. Maybe I want to go down to Florida and check it out. Oh, this person is also in Florida. Well, maybe I could reach out to them and see how they like living in Florida. Oh, that person who I went to school with when I was in 3rd grade lives in Florida. Let me reach out to her on Facebook and see if she likes Florida. So I start to take these little breadcrumbs, these puzzle pieces, and put them together. I'm gaining information. I'm letting the universe guide me. I'm still being intentional. I didn't give up just because it took me a year to move down here, right? I didn't have clarity exactly, but I let the universe work with me. I picked up on the signs. So Regina, I know you have lots of options and I love that you do. So what you can do is exactly what you're doing. Ask yourself which of the options feel good in your body. As opposed to being focused on the external of the choices, what we did here today in the meditation and in the early stages where Grace said, hashtag we have to feel it, is we checked in with ourselves, we checked in with the body. So the way that we co-create is we keep checking in with ourselves, we keep setting our intention, we keep asking the universe to bring it to us, and then we become open to the universe bringing it to us in many different ways. It can look different than we imagined. That's okay. Does that make sense, guys? Do you have any questions? So Dita has an intention for 3 to 5 years. She wants to teach a successful online masterclass, inspire loads of people to have a magical life and start making good money with it. Dita, it's coming. I love it. I love that you said that with so much confidence. You are really clear on what you want. Okay. So Grace said, you said it first. Yeah, Grace, I did. I did say it first, but I liked that you hashtagged it. We have to feel it. So when you do this, check your statements in your body, write down what you think you want, and then check in with yourself. Do I really want this? And remember, we're co-creating. So we write it down today. It's not necessarily like, I always like to say the universe isn't like a slot machine or a gumball machine. It's not like we just put our coin in and twist something and what we want comes out. It doesn't work that way. There's patience, there's a process, there's unexpected challenges, there's unexpected gifts. All that happens. What really matters is that we just keep coming back to our intention and coming back to the belief like we did in the meditation today. Everyone had these amazing, I felt it, I felt the energy, I felt it in me and in you. We had these transformations. So the last piece of this in the Masterclass handout is to write down 3 action steps that you know you really have to take right now if you want to be living your desired intentional life that you described above in 3 to 5 years. There's a little typo in there. I'll fix it and re-upload. But what do you guys think about that? Write down 3 action steps that you know you really have to take right now if you want to be living your desired intentional life in 3 to 5 years. So this is to get us in the exercise and in the practice of taking what we broadly know, our vision, our miracles, our desires, and anchoring them in some way into the present with concrete action. So you don't have to do all of these, but what I want you to do is just write down what are 3 action steps you could take today to help make that a reality. And you might not be prepared to take them yet. That's okay. We just want to know what would you have to do. I can tell you in my line of work, I come across a lot of people who want to make changes, and I talk to them over and over again, but something prevents them from signing up, and that's okay. I'm not judging. They're not ready. I've been in that place in my life too. But there are a lot of times when we know that we want to do something and it's burning inside of us. We feel it in our body, we feel it in our heart, but for whatever reason, we keep pushing it down the road. We don't take the action. So here, I just want you to start to see what are the actions you could take. Terry says, you're an unexpected gift. Thank you, Terry. It's so great to hear from you. Where are you? And tell me more about yourself and where you are and how you joined this masterclass. I'm so happy you're here. So Dita says her body protested against the money part. So Dita, that's good that you recognize that when you said that, your body kind of rejected. Maybe there was some fear. Maybe you're not there yet, believing people will pay you. We can work on that. We have to work on that as part of your launch. But we want to get into the practice of checking in with what we say we want and checking in with our actions. What are some actions that could be taken today? Grace, you can probably think of some things that you could do right now to start making your desired Oasis Pages company a reality, right? So I'm not asking you to do anything yet. Just write down the 3 action steps you could take. For example, for me, I have a goal of enrolling 15 people in the class. What are the action steps I have to take to do that? It's not only that I do the masterclass and I send the emails and I talk to people. I also have to do belief work. I have to believe that it's coming. Like Dita said, I can't say it and then have my body protest. So doing the belief work is important. Terry is here from Toronto. Welcome. So happy you're here, Terry. Dita says, I will not stop until it happened. I might change some ways, but I will never stop. I love your determination, Dita. It's so inspiring to all of us. That's really a great example. Okay, so you guys have some good homework. You have writing down what you want in the next 3 to 6 months. Then you have writing down what you want in the next 3 to 5 years. And then you have 3 action steps that you can take to make that future life a reality. Things you could do today. They might be simple. It might be something like, I don't know, setting up a simple email address for your future Oasis Pages company. I mean, I don't know, but it can be really simple. The point is these things, if we want to ground the future into the present, we take simple action steps to make that possible. And then the other homework is to keep going back to that meditation. So the meditation and the feeling of faith and knowing that it's coming that we did in this live today. And if you joined halfway through, make sure you go back to the part where we did the meditation. It was very, very powerful around feeling what it feels like when our miracle has already been delivered. feeling what it feels like to be intentional and to be in faith and to be in the knowing of the miracle. That was powerful, right, guys? So before we wrap up, I want to take any last questions. We worked through some objections here, and you have the homework assignment. You also have yesterday's pre-work if you want to watch that from yesterday's live. It was about a 45-minute live, and we did really good work. We worked through a lot of objections, and there's pre-work in the group. So just ask me any questions right now that you have. I'm happy to answer. Terry, welcome from Toronto. I'm so glad to have you here, and I'm glad that you said something in the live so I could get to know you. Everyone else, I love everyone. I love that this is such a great group. What a nice way to start the masterclass, guys. So any questions, maybe if you've questions around it being too broad, questions around it feeling uncomfortable, maybe you start doing the work and you notice your body doesn't like what you say you think you want. You can always message me and say, hey, Nicole, this objection is coming up, or put it in the group. My body is rejecting the idea that I can make $20,000 a month. My body is rejecting the idea that I can, I don't know, be in a loving relationship. Whatever it is, share about it. Let's work it through. Where can we get the worksheet again? Yay, the worksheet is in the group. I posted in this Make Miracles Everywhere group. I can also maybe add it to the comments here, but I just posted it as an announcement in the group. So you should be able to see it up there in the group. I can also email it out to everyone who joined the masterclass with the homework assignment. The writing, it's not homework, but writing. It's a journaling assignment. It's part of how we anchor in what we want into our present reality because of the power, not only of thought, but of word, of writing, of the written word, and of speech. So I encourage you to also say these aloud. Read this aloud to yourself and see what it feels like in your body, because we have to feel it. We have to feel it. It has to feel good to us. If it doesn't feel good, it's not the miracle you want. It's not your true intention. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, well, if there are no other questions, then we will wrap up today's live. We've done a great job. You're welcome, Regina. You're welcome, Terry. I want to thank everyone who was here today. Thank you guys so much for your feedback and for doing this work. I honor you for showing up and for commenting and for being brave and courageous to do this. It's not easy work. A lot of people shy away from this because maybe it seems too scary or too overwhelming, but you guys didn't. You really, really showed up for yourselves 100%. So thank you so, so much. Thank you, Eleanor. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And guys, please keep in touch with me. Write in the comments. Thank you, Grace. Grace says, wonderful to focus and connect with the future embodied. I love that. Isn't it nice? It's really powerful. Timothy, you're so welcome. I love that you're here. So nice to have everyone here, guys. Okay, keep the comments coming. Send me any questions, and I will see you guys all tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for day 2 of the Miracle Making Masterclass. Day 2 is on why it feels like life is happening to you instead of with you. So this will help us to get out of some of the traps that keep us stuck while we're making miracles. Thank you, Dita. I will see you guys soon. I will talk to you soon. I love you guys. Kisses. Mwah. Bye.